Hello. Welcome everybody. My name is Thoms, and I work at Radboud University. Next to me here is one of our students, Dominyka. She's from Lithuania.
Yeah.
I will show you in a minute. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, and sveiki visi. Aš esu Karolis iš Kastu ir irgi pagelbėsiu jums žiūrėti šį webinarą. Taigi matau, kad jau yra 7 žmonės, kurie prisijungia ir mus žiūri. Taigi labas vakaras visiems. Ir kaip jau Karen prisistatė, šiandien bus webinaras su Radboud University atstovais. Ir yra Karen, kuri dirba Radboud University, ir Dominyka, kuri ten studijuoja. Jos jums šiandien parodys prezentaciją apie Radboud University ir taip pat jūs turėsit galimybę viso webinaro metu užduoti klausimus, į kuriuos mes jums atsakysime. Taigi, kad laiko negaišti, mes dabar iš karto pradėsime prezentaciją. Taigi iš karto perspėju, kad Karen darys anglų kalba, o visus jūs klausimus galite užduoti lietuviškai ir Dominyka juos atsakys lietuvių kalba. Taigi pradedame prezentaciją.
Let's start the presentation.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
And Karen, the word is yours.
Hello, welcome everybody. This is I will start a presentation and tell you something about studying in the Netherlands, living in Nijmegen, and more specifically about studying at Radboud University. The first picture you see here is a picture of our campus. Our campus is based in Nijmegen, so it's like part of the town. As you can see, it's very green. And the grey area that you see in the middle is now some of our faculties, but all that is going to go as well. So our campus is going to be even greener in the next few years. At the top of the picture, you see the city centre. So as you can see, it's very, very close. So the university is very much part of the town. Radboud University is based in a place called Nijmegen. It is on where the red arrow is, and you can see it's in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands is on the right. You see Germany. On the south of the country, you see Belgium, and you can also see a little bit of the UK there. So you can see that if you want to explore the rest of the Netherlands, it's a very good place to start from, because we have some airports nearby from which you can fly to the rest of Europe very cheaply. But also you can see that the Netherlands is actually quite a small country. From east to west is like an hour and a half. From north to south is 3 hours. So you can do, if you want to, you can do the whole country in 24 hours. But although we are a very small country, on a world scale, we're up there economically and also with our education system. So these are some pictures of the Netherlands. This is what most people think of when they think of the Netherlands. There's a lot of water, as you can see on the left. We have a lot of canals in the Netherlands, and that's because part of the country is actually below sea level. But with all the water works that we have done in the Netherlands, a lot of it is now land rather than sea. The tulips and the windmills is what everybody knows about the Netherlands. And another thing, of course, on your right, you see the seasons, which is also something that we have here. Now, why would you study in the Netherlands? Some of you may have been to the Netherlands, some of you may not have been here. All education in the Netherlands is of a very good standard. We have very good education, and we have very good research as well. All Dutch universities are in the top 200. So on a world scale, all universities in the Netherlands are in the top 1% worldwide. And the way of teaching that we have is what we call problem-based learning, which focuses on basically developing your own opinions and your own ideas. So in a lot of countries, people are taught with lecturers, where you have a teacher who stands in front of the class. They give you the information, and you just have to basically make your own notes and study your books. What we do here is we have that as well. We have lectures, but we also have smaller classes and seminars where you will be working with people from other countries, from other backgrounds. So not only is it a way to learn in a more active way, it's also a good way to meet other people from other cultures, to learn about different opinions, to learn about different ideas. Another thing, of course, is that we are in the Netherlands entrepreneurial and pioneers, which means that because we are such a small country, we have always traveled the world. The Dutch people have been traveling for hundreds of years and have set up trade relationships with other countries. So we are used to meeting people from other countries and people from other cultures, and that's why we are a multicultural society, which is very open to ideas from other people. So we welcome other people, we welcome other opinions, and also because of this, the Dutch people have the highest level of English outside the English-speaking countries. So if you do come here, you don't have to learn any Dutch, because everybody in this country speaks English as a second language. And last but not least, if you come to the Netherlands, then compared to other countries, it's relatively affordable to live here. The tuition fees are a lot lower than in other countries, particularly for EU students, because as a student from Lithuania, you pay the same tuition fee as you would do if you were a Dutch person. When you are considering an education in the Netherlands, there is two types of university that you can choose from. Basically, the higher education system is divided into two systems. There's the research universities, the universities that do a lot of research, and the teaching is integrated into the research that we do. Radboud University is an example of a research university. So all the people working here and teaching here are also researchers. And this is different from universities of applied science, where people who teach at the university are actually people who work in the field. So if you're studying business at a research university, for example, then you will be studying the field of research. You will also learn about research and business and how to do business. But you will be taught by people who do research into business rather than people who work in the business area. So we try to teach you a way of thinking, an academic way of thinking, a more analytical way of thinking, a way of approaching the world, and the way of you approach what you're studying, rather than an applied way of studying. So if you are considering a university in the Netherlands, then keep this in mind. There is a difference there. Now we'll tell you a little bit about Nijmegen and Radboud University. As you can see, our campus is a green campus. On the top left-hand corner, you see some of our international students just having a little break at lunchtime. The building behind them, the large tall building, is the arts faculty. Here we have all the arts programs, but also the Faculty of Theology, Religious Studies and Philosophy. We also have a supermarket there, and on the right you see the university restaurant, where you can basically get a meal at a very low student price at lunchtime or at dinner time. And they're basically open all day. So you can also go in there for coffee or use the Wi-Fi network and sit down and do some work. The picture on the right at the top, that's the old country house called Heijendal. This whole area is called Heijendal, which is named after the country estate on which this campus is built. It was basically built as a sort of hunting area by some people who also built this house. And this university bought the area in 1948 and started to build the university buildings on this parkland, basically. And that's one of the reasons why it's still very, very green. On the bottom picture on the left, you can see one of our new buildings. It's the science faculty. It's about 10 years old, and it's a very modern building inside. We have all the latest equipment, the laboratories for people to use. A lot of research is done here as well. And on the right-hand side, on the bottom, you see the new law faculty, which is also a very new building and very modern as well. Now, why study in Nijmegen? If you come to Nijmegen, then you will find that Nijmegen is not a very, very large city. It's not small either. It's like a medium-sized town. We have the Radboud University, which is a university, the research university. But we also have the University of Applied Sciences here. So together, all the students form about 25% of the population. And when you come here, there's lots to do. It's a very lively town. There's lots to do for students. There's lots of green spaces. We have the hills. We have the river. You can cycle, but you can also travel very easily from here to other places. Like if you want to go to Amsterdam, we have a direct train line. It takes about an hour and a half. So there's always places to travel from and to. We have a lot of cafes. We have shops, places to go out. It's a good place to explore the rest of the Netherlands or the rest of Europe. And as you can see here, all our students cycle. So even if you're not used to cycling where you live at the moment, then when you come here, you will soon learn to cycle, because this place really is made for cyclists. It's also the Cycle City, the European Cycle City 2017. And it's also a very safe place for people to live, even for girls. If you go out at night and you come back at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can just cycle home, and it's absolutely no problem. Now, to give you more of an idea of this town, I'd like to show you a little film about Nijmegen. Let's see if we can put it on.
Karen, will you put on, or I can do that if you want.
Yes, you can. Okay, thank you.
Hello, big city full of noise. There must be a lot of choice. What a joy, oh boy, where are you? Your car is parked in every street. Your name is written on license plates. What a treat, I repeat, where are you? Left my heart open, unaware. You had time to build a house in there. Gave you tools and money to have a fool. Parked in every street. Your name is written on license plates. What a treat. I repeat, where are you? Everything I do, everything I do, everything I do, I think of you. Left my heart open, unaware. You had time to build a house in there. I gave you tools and money too. I'm a fool. And now you talk to me from inside. You wake me up in the middle of the night. So ashamed, I hear your name, nothing new. Everything I do, everything I do, everything I do, I think of you. Everything I do, everything I do, everything I do, I think of you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed that little clip. If you have any questions, then please feel free to ask your questions on the Facebook page, and we will get back to you with the answers after the presentation. Because a lot of your questions will probably be answered in this presentation. So, but you can ask your questions, and we will get back to you after the presentation. After I've shown you a little bit about Nijmegen, I'll tell you something about studying at Radboud University. Well, basically, our university has an international recognition. All our programs are internationally recognized. So if you do study here, you will get a valuable diploma, which will be recognized in your own country or anywhere else in the world. Like I said to you earlier, our approach to teaching is a personal approach. So it means that we work in small groups as well as lectures. But it also means that every student has their own tutor. So when you come and study here, you will have your own personal tutor who will help you to set up your course program. So you can discuss which options you have, which programs you want to choose, which courses. But also, if you have any questions about your coursework, or if you have any other questions related to the university, you can always knock on the professor's door, on your tutor's door, or you can send your professor an email or your tutor, and people do get back to you. So it's very easy to approach the teaching staff here or your tutor. Especially in the master's programs that we offer, there's a large freedom of choice that you can do. So there are courses which are mandatory, you have to do that, but there's quite a lot of option there also to do your own courses. And after lectures, we have a lot of facilities for all our students, like we have Wi-Fi all over campus here, so you can work anywhere you like if you have a laptop. If you don't have a laptop, then we have a lot of computer places on campus, in all our libraries, for example. Every faculty has its own library. We also have a large central library where you can work and study. But we also have a restaurant on campus, we have a supermarket, we have a church as well for people. And we have a very extensive sports center, which you can hear. If you look at the picture next to this on this slide, then on the right hand side at the bottom you see a building with a sort of green roof. That is a sports center. So you can do any sport you like. You can go sailing, you can do football, you can go climbing, you can do yoga. So there's 70 sports you can do, and it only costs like €100 per year. Other than that, we are very proud of our green campus where you can sit outside, and it's a very good location also in the town. As you can see, the campus is surrounded by the town. People live around the campus as well. So everything is very much integrated within the university, the center, and where people live. And also we have a very strong international network. So if you're doing a course here and you do want to spend some time abroad, then you can use our network to study in other places. You don't have to pay anything extra for that. So even if you study in Nijmegen and you want to do a semester in the US, you can. You don't have to pay any sort of high prices for the American universities, but you can just go there and spend some time. The only thing is that your program, especially if you're doing a master's program, it might take a little bit longer to finish your program. But it does give you a lot of opportunities to spend a little bit of time abroad, to meet other countries and other people, or to do an international internship, if you like. The rankings. Rankings is also something that is very important. As you can see, in the Times Higher Education, we're at 122nd. Shanghai, we're 136, and in the QS, we're 204, so we're just outside the 200 mark there. And in the Netherlands, we have been the best traditional university since 2010. So for the last 7 years, every year we have been awarded the best general university in the Netherlands, so we're number 1. And that is awarded by students in a survey which is done with all students in the Netherlands every year. Some facts and figures here. As you can see, we're not a very large university. We're medium sized. We have just over 20,000 students, and about 11% of our students are international students. That population is growing because until a few years ago, we had 2 bachelor's programs in English, and as from next year, we have 11 programs in English. So our international population is growing rapidly. And also we have a lot of international staff teaching here. So you will be meeting Dutch students, but you will also be meeting a lot of international students. And if you choose to live here, then we can help you to find accommodation. And you will also be sharing where you live with other international students as well. We are a general university, which means that at Radboud University you can study virtually anything. The only thing we don't teach is engineering, and we don't teach agriculture. Agriculture and engineering are taught by some specialized universities here in the Netherlands. We teach everything from philosophy, theology, and religious studies. You can follow programs in the arts, programs in law, also social sciences like psychology and artificial intelligence. We have now as bachelor's programs. On the right hand side, on the left hand side rather, on the picture, you see the Faculty of Science, where we teach all the sciences from astronomy, physics, molecular life sciences, chemistry, computing science. And on the picture there, you also see that we have some telescopes on the roof there, so we're quite big in astronomy as well. We have a Faculty of Medical Sciences, which is related to our academic hospital, which is right next door to the university. And we have the Nijmegen School of Management, where we teach our business programs. And all these programs are integrated with the research which is done. And we have 17 research institutes that do work together. So they're not sort of fixed to one particular program or one particular faculty, but we do work in an interdisciplinary way. So, for example, if we do brain research, then we do that with the medical faculty, but also with the science faculty, but also with the arts faculty, for example. And here you can see some examples of the research facilities that we offer. The Dominyka Institute for Brain Cognition and Behavior. It's a world-famous institute where we do research into the brain. And we have the very latest equipment here. So even as a student, you can work with all the scanners. They're the best scanners in the world, basically. And you can do research if you're doing like cognitive neuroscience, for example, but also molecular life sciences, or even studies into languages. Languages is together with the Max Planck Institute for Psycholinguistics. We also have the Institute for Molecular Life Sciences, which is connected to the hospital again, where we do research into medical applications of molecular life sciences. And we have a high-field magnet laboratory, which houses one of 3 magnets in the world. So it's a very, very strong magnet. And people from the science faculty work there, but also people from other European countries. They come here to do their research. And for example, a few years ago, we have some researchers here from Russia. And they were just playing around in the laboratory. And because people have a lot of freedom here, they were just sort of messing around every Friday night. They were just doing random projects that they just felt like doing. And in one of these research projects that they did, they discovered, they made some discoveries which later led them to discover graphene. And graphene is basically the thinnest layer of carbon, which you can find. And that won them a Nobel Prize in 2010. And the application for graphene is, for example, in nanotechnology, like in mobile phones, computers, robot technology, and things like that. So that was all started up here. I'll show you some pictures about Nijmegen now. I don't know if you can see the slide yet, but on the top left-hand corner, you can see that we have a lot of places where you can go out as a student, places where you can meet up with other students. We have cafes, we have restaurants, Quite a few places have live music as well. So every day you can go out to have a drink, go out for a meal. Also on the top, on the right-hand corner, you see Nijmegen with the old church in the background. Nijmegen is officially the oldest city in the Netherlands because we have Roman roots. You can still see some of our Roman leftovers here. It's an old city, it's a traditional city, but it's also a very young and modern and lively city. We have a lot of festivals here, so there's always something to do. We have a lot of sports events. We've just had Seven Hills Run last Sunday. And here in the bottom left, you see a picture of a summer festival, which involves around people who walk for 4 days. You can walk 30, 40 or 50 kilometers per day. And in the evening, it's a very, very big festival with lots of music and art, and everything is for free. So we have like 1 million people visiting. And also on the bottom, you can see people cycling. This is a bridge over the river. We have a large river going here, which is very much part of the town. And you can also go out there in the summer, have a barbecue, meet up with your friends, or you can go for a swim. Now, if you want to come and study here, we have several possibilities for you here. We have, at the moment, we have 11 bachelor's programs. We offer 11 bachelor's programs taught in English. And of our 72 master's programs, half of them are taught in English as well. So we have 36 English taught master's programs in all areas. And 9 programs are research master's programs. And the difference between a research master's program and a regular master's program is that the research programs are 2 years. Some of our regular master's programs are as well, especially in the sciences. Other programs are 1 year. And the research programs, they are specifically for people who want to go into a career in research. So if you're interested in doing a PhD after your studies, then you might consider one of the research programs. At the moment, we offer 11 bachelor's programs in English. They are artificial intelligence, arts and culture studies, business administration, chemistry, economics, international business communication, molecular life sciences, psychology, biology, computing science, and English language and culture, which is divided into English language and culture and American studies. The deadline for these programs is the 1st of May, but if you want to apply through the agents, then you need to be there before the 1st of April, I think. But some programs, they have an earlier deadline. The deadline for that is the 1st of January. And if you want to start a bachelor's program, then you need to have a high school diploma, which is here. You call it brandos.
Yeah, we call it brandos attestatas.
Okay, that's the diploma you need to have to do a bachelor's diploma here. And some programs, they have like different requirements, like for example mathematics and a certain level of mathematics. Or if you want to do a course in sciences, then we have different requirements. So all diplomas are assessed individually. And what we look at is not necessarily the exams that you've taken, although they are important. But what is also important to us is the curriculum. So basically, what have you been taught at school? So therefore, we look at all the diplomas individually. And also, if you want to study here, you need to have the right level of English, because all our programs are in English, of course.
I will just add for the students. Taigi, jeigu norite, kad jūsų anglų kalbos lygis būtų pripažintas, jums nereikia laikyti jokio papildomo anglų kalbos testo, stojant iš universiteto, jums tiesiog užtenka išlaikyti anglų kalbos egzaminą, baigiant mokyklą ir taip jūs patvirtinsit savo anglų kalbos žinias.
Okay, thank you for that. The application deadlines for a bachelor's program. You can send your application do to the agent Kastu and they can help you with your application. The deadlines for that are the 1st of April. Some programs have a selection like psychology, artificial intelligence, and biology. And if you want to apply for one of these programs, then you have to follow a selection procedure. And then your admission needs to be with us by the 1st of January. You can start your application earlier than this. Basically, once you start your application, you have 56 days to upload all the requested information. You start in StudyLink, but like I said, Kastu can help you with this. So you have 56 days in total to start and finish your application here.
Yeah, and also, Karen, I will just add some information. Taigi, jeigu norite stoti iš šių universitetų, jums pakanka ateiti į kastų tinklapį, tenais užpildyti stojimo anketą ir jums nieko daugiau daryti nebereikės, viską pagelbėsim toliau kastų konsultantai, jie patikrins jūsų anketą, jeigu kažkokių klausimų kils ar jums reikės kažką pataisyti, jūs apie tai bus informuoti, o jeigu viskas su anketa gerai, jie tada nukeliaus į universitetą ir jums reiks laukti tiesiog atsakymą iš universiteto. Yes, Karen, you can go on.
Okay, thank you. About our master's programs, like I said before, we have 36 master's programs in English over the whole scope of what we teach. So we have programs in business and economics. We have programs in computing science, which is one of our sort of key programs on campus here. One of our professors here is the #1 professor in the world when it comes to data science, for example, and cybersecurity. For example, a few years ago, we managed to, some of our students, they managed to unlock a lot of the very expensive cars because they're all locked sort of with a computer system. So in theory, they could have taken off with Ferraris and all that sort of thing. And of course, all these expensive car companies didn't like this news. So they tried to block us from communicating this. But then we say, well, this is science. We want to be open about it and we want to communicate about it, which was then taken to the law courts and the university won. So we can now speak about it. Other programs we offer are medical sciences. On the master's level, that is biomedical sciences and molecular mechanisms of disease. We quite often get the question like, do you teach medicine at Radboud? The answer to that is yes, we do. However, if you want to study medicine here, then you need to be able to speak to patients, and most patients speak Dutch. So that's why in the medical sciences we only have molecular mechanisms of disease and biomedical sciences, which are research-based programs. Furthermore, we have master's programs in all the sciences, in the humanities, in public administration and political science, like we have economics and business administration. Law, we have one program in law, which is called European Law, which specifically focuses on legislation to do with the European Union. We have planning and human geography, and we have all the programs in the social and behavioral sciences. And below is the website, so if you want to look up all the programs, you can go to ru.nl/masters. And if you want to do a master's program here, then basically it is important that you have a bachelor's degree in a related program of your master's program. So if you want to study law, for example, then you have to have a bachelor's degree in law as well. Same applies to business administration or science or political science. The master's program builds on the knowledge that people have built up in their bachelor's degree. And also you need to have the right level of English. So you need to have either an IELTS score, a TOEFL or a Cambridge score. Usually the IELTS is 6.5, but you do need to look on the individual program pages or find out from the agent, because the scores, they may differ sometimes. The application, again, you can apply for a bachelor's program through Kastu if you like, and we offer a service package. The service package basically means that we will find accommodation for you. So if you apply well before the deadline and you would like us to find accommodation for you, then we can do that. We will then find you a room in a building with other students. You will have your own room, however. You may have to share bathroom facilities, although some accommodations also have their own private bathroom facilities. But you will have to share the kitchen facilities with 3 to 4 other students. And usually people find it a good way to meet other people because, you know, you cook together, you share experiences together. And afterwards, you know, you look people up in their own country. Another thing that we offer as a part of our service package is an orientation week. So before you come to Nijmegen and start your courses in September, we offer you a week at the end of August. And in this week, you can meet with other students. You will be part of a group of international students. And we will take you into town. We will show you the town. We will show you where to register. We will show you where to open a bank account, where you can go out, where you can relax, where you can go and see a film, where you can buy your books. We'll also show you things on campus, like how to register for your courses, where to find out about your results, where the libraries are, where the restaurants are. So it's basically an informative, but also a fun week where you can just, you know, get to know people and find out where everything is. It's in September, and it's just a way to sort of to get you well prepared. I'll now give you some information about the financial matters. As a student from Lithuania, you pay the same tuition fee as all Dutch students pay. And for next year, for a bachelor's as well as a master's degree, that is 2,060 euros. If you do not have a European passport, then the tuition fees are higher, which vary between 7,000 and nearly 10,000. And for the medical sciences and the sciences, it's a little bit more expensive because of all the equipment that students use. But, you know, as a student of the European Union, you only pay 2,060 euros per year. A little bit more information about financial matters. We do have some scholarships, but those scholarships are mainly for students who are not from the EU, because what they do is they lower the tuition fees to the level of EU students. And people quite often ask us, can I work as a student? Yes, you can work as a student. It says here that students can work up to 10 hours per week. That is true for people who are non-Europeans. But if you have a European passport, then you can basically work the same as everybody else in this country. So there's no limit to the number of hours that you can work. However, what we do say to people is that the studies that you will be doing are usually very intensive programs. So you have to really focus on your studies right from the beginning. So it is possible to work. But we say to people, we recommend that you don't see it as a source of income to fund your studies, because it is, you know, just living in another country, it takes time, it takes energy. You want to enjoy living in another country, you want to enjoy meeting other people, but you also need to spend the time on your studies. So although you can work, we say to people, try not to use it as a source of income. And furthermore, a lot of jobs require some level of Dutch. So although you can find work, quite often you will be asked to speak Dutch, which will make it a little bit more difficult to find jobs. Although we do have a job center on campus called Campus Detachering. And here we also offer jobs for students who do not speak Dutch. So we do also have some English jobs here. But yeah, we don't have jobs for everybody. So it is possible to work, but it might not be that easy. That's what we say usually. About the student budget, about what people have to spend when you come here. Apart from the tuition fee, which is 2,006 euros per month, you also need money to pay for your accommodation, to pay for food, to pay for health insurances, to pay for books, clothing, and also for travel and other things that you would like to do. So basically, on average, we will say you need just over 900 euros per month to live here like a normal student and to be able to do things that other people do as well. Now we'll finish off with some pictures of the university to give you an impression of what it's like here. On the left you see the sports center at the top. You also see the climbing wall of the sports center. So like I said, for 100 euros you can do unlimited sports, whatever you like to do. Things you've never tried before, you can try here. Our campus is very green, so in the summer you can enjoy the nice weather and sit outside. But also we have a lot of facilities for students to study inside, like you can see some pictures here of the libraries. In the middle you see the library at the science faculty. You see the central library. And at the bottom you see the new law faculty, and also in the corner the new faculty of sciences, which will be built within the next few years. The way we teach, I have told you a little bit about before. Like I said, we have a personal style of teaching. We work in small seminars, in small groups, where we challenge you to come up with your own ideas, to find out your own information, and to share your ideas with other students. We work in teams, where we have a lot of interaction in class, so we ask for your opinions. We have a respect for other opinions. People from different countries have different ideas, different backgrounds, different ideas, and nothing is right or wrong. You know, we do listen to other people, and we try to learn from each other. Don't know if you know anything. Would you like to add anything about your teaching experience?
Yeah, maybe later.
Maybe later. Okay. The personal guidance that we give people is at the faculty level. All students have a student advisor that they can go to about curriculum information. All students have a mentor, and we have an international office at every faculty. So if you have any problems, then you can go to the study advisor, or to your personal mentor, or to the international office if it's like a sort of visa or residence permit related issue. On the central level, we have the student deans and the student psychologists, and these people can help you if you have problems with your actual studying. Like for example, you're not used to the Dutch way of teaching, and you want to find out a more effective way of studying. Then we can help you to teach or to learn in an effective way. Some people, for example, have difficulty with planning. How should you plan to learn for your exams? So we can help you with that as well. And we also have student study and career advisors. We also have a career service. So when you come here and you want to find out about how to go about finding a job after you finish here, then we can help you with that. At the career service, we can help you to write a CV, because different countries have different customs, for example. We can also, because you can stay here if you like, because as a European citizen you can live here freely, or you can go to another country. And we can help you to teach you how to apply for jobs and where to find out about jobs. How to present yourself in an interview, for example, how to prepare for an interview. We have an individual career orientation week, but we also have a website here with jobs. We have career events. We do individual coaching, but we also have group coaching. So you can go and see one of our career counselors individually, or you can do a course in, for example, where we teach you all sorts of different things. And before you start, I'll say it again, we have the orientation week. The orientation week is basically to make you feel welcome here, for you to get to know your way around the campus and your way around the city. It's a very good way to meet fellow students, so when you start, you don't feel alone. And it's basically a good way to start the academic year, so you are prepared, you know where you are, you know where to find out things. And you can get straight into your studies when you start. The sports center. A few years ago, every 2 years, there's a study done among international students in the whole of Europe. It's called the International Student Barometer. And Radboud University Sports Center came out as the #1 sports center in Europe. So, as you can imagine, we're quite proud of our sports center. It's on campus, so from classes you can go straight there. It has a cafe where you can relax after you've done some exercise, and basically you can do anything there. You can do group classes, you can do individual things, you can do fitness, but you can also join sports clubs. You can take part in tournaments, in competition. We have 70 sports, and it's only €100 per year to do whatever you like. For very ambitious students who want to do more than just their program, we offer the Radboud Honors Academy. And at the Radboud Honors Academy, you can do courses next to your regular program, which are a little bit more challenging. It's no extra cost. We have courses at bachelor's and master's level. And we have 2 types of courses. We have one type of course which basically deepens the material and what you study in your own course. Or we have programs which are more interdisciplinary, and they broaden your horizon. So you will learn about your own program, but you will also get in touch with people from other programs on the same subject. It's a good way to do a little bit more, although we would say if you're only doing 1 year here, 1 master's program, then I think that is probably enough for you to do. But if you're doing a bachelor's or 2-year master's program, then this is something you might certainly consider doing. And to finish off this presentation, I've given you a lot of information, and I've told you a lot of information, but maybe it's a good way also to have a look around on our campus. So therefore, we've made this film just to give you basically a little bit of a picture of our campus. Yeah, thank you.
History teaches us that societal challenges don't have a single answer, that there's no single solution to the big issues we face, that there's no single truth. We need to be curious in order to discover. We need to listen in order to understand. If we're biased, we won't see the other sides to a story. Protecting democracy and human rights, improving healthcare, harvesting energy in a sustainable way, supporting economic and technological progress, shaping society requires a broad view and an understanding that many things in life are interrelated. In its search for the best possible answers, Radboud University brings together the best in knowledge and facilities. Within 7 faculties, teachers and researchers from over 50 countries explore all domains of science, working closely together with other institutes and civil society. With its state-of-the-art infrastructure, our green campus breathes openness, collaboration, and shared ambition. It's a place where ideas come to fruition and talents can grow. Every day, we make an impact on society through our students, renowned scientists, leading thinkers, and innovative businesses. If such a journey is to be yours, this is the place to be. If you want to shape the future together with us, we invite you to change perspective.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like any more information, you can always contact us on ru.nl/education or on www.kastu.lt for more information about your application or about the programs. Next to me is Dominyka, one of our students, and she will tell you a little bit about what she studies here and what it's like to be here as a student from Lithuania.
Tai sveiki visi, aš kalbėsiu lietuviškai, gal bus daug paprasčiau. Tai aš esu Dominyka, labai keista taip matyti. Ir aš studijuoju psichologiją ir esu dabar 2 metų studentė, tai aš jau gyvenu Olandijoje 2 metus. Ir net ir nežinau, ką čia daugiau papasakoti, nes labai daug jau pasakė, bet galbūt kažkokių klausimų tada.
Aš gal šiek tiek pagelbėsiu Dominikai, pasakyti, tai labai dažnai mūsų moksleivių klausia, kai ateina pasakyti konsultaciją ir kaip atrodo tas studentiškas gyvenimas, kiek laiko per dieną būna paskaitos, kiek laiko laisvalaikiui, ar kaip su studentišku darbu, ar buvo sunku jį susirasti. Galėtume pasakoti apie tai.
Tai labai priklauso nuo to, kokią turi pasirinkę studijų kryptį. Ir, pavyzdžiui, žinau, kad tie, kurie studijuoja biologiją arba viską, kas susiję su medicina ir apskritai visas fakultetas science, jie turi labai daug valandų per dieną, pavyzdžiui, laboratorijoje, paskaitose ir jų yra diena visiškai kitokia negu mano, tarkim. Ir aš studijuoju psichologiją, kaip jau sakiau. Tai aš per savaitę turiu dažniausiai apie 3-4 paskaitas ir kiekviena per savaitę turiu 4 paskaitas ir kiekviena paskaita turi savo darbo grupę. Tai per savaitę maždaug gaunasi pilnai, viena paskaita yra 2 valandos ir viena darbo grupė yra 1,5 valandos. Tai 4 darbo grupės plus 4 paskaitos, tai tiek ir gaunasi. Ir pagrindė šiaip yra mokslas, visas mokymasis yra individualiai. Tai labai priklauso nuo tavęs, kiek tu dėsi pastangų ir laiko, nes tikrai yra pagunda grįžus namo viską tiesiog mesti ir galvoti, aš turiu laisvo laiko, labai daug, nors iš tikrųjų tikrai reikia daug pasėdėti, nemeluosiu. Tai tiesiog gaunasi tokia darbo diena, kaip ir, nežinau, nuo ryto iki kokių 5-4 tikrai turi pasėdėti ir pasimokyti, bet aišku, čia kiekvienam savo yra, kiti pasirenka mokytis tik prieš egzaminus ir, čia kaip visuose universitetuose, net ir nelabai svarbu, kurioje šalyje. Tai va.
Čia dar Greta buvo klaususi, tu ją atsakei per Facebooką jau klausimą, galbūt ir kitiems įdomu, kas nematė klausimą. Kiek maždaug pinigų per mėnesį išleidžia pragyvenimą?
Tai aš jau kaip ir atsakiau, kad aš išleidžiu 600 maždaug pragyvenimui, plus 200 kiekvieną mėnesį už mokslą, dėl to, kad aš moku kainą šitą visą už mokslą, moku kiekvieną mėnesį, nes tu gali pasirinkti arba mokėti iš karto už pilnus metus, arba mokėti kas mėnesį po 200 eurų, tai aš tą ir darau. Ir man tikrai pasisekė su gyvenimo vieta, nes aš moku už butą 350, plus apie 300 pragyvenimų, tai gaunasi apie 600 ir 200 vat už mokslą, tai grubiai paėmus apie 800 eurų. Bet priklauso kaip kiekvienas, kur išleidžia, ar daugiau išeina, pavyzdžiui, miestą, ar dažniau nusiperka ką nors, nežinau. Bet aš leidžiu apie 800. Tai va. Bet užtenka 800 ir išeiti ir miestą ir kažką nusipirkti. Aš gal ne taip dažnai, bet studentiškas toks yra gyvenimas, kad negali visko padaryti.
Taip pat dažnai mūsų studentai klausia, ar sunku būna susirasti studentišką darbą. Tai galbūt gali papasakoti, ar tau pavyko, ar studentišką darbą, koks tas darbas yra.
Tai aš turėjau studentišką darbą, praeitais metais dirbau apie pusę metų virtuviai, ploviau indus. Ir šiuo metu darbo neturiu, dėl to, kad tiesiog tai pasirinkau, nes tėvai gali išlaikyti ir taip geriau spėju su studijom. Bet aš pernai radau darbą, radau pakankamai lengvai, kas ieško, tas randa, ne veltui sako. Tai aš turėjau pasirašę savo CV ir tiesiog nunešiau kelias vietas ir sulaukiau skambučio. Tai aš nemoku olandiškai dar iki dabar, bet jie mane priėmė ir tikrai įmanoma rasti tą darbą, tiesiog reikia nepatingėti ir pavaikščioti, pasirašyti gerą CV. Ir žmonės šiaip tikrai yra labai, labai atviri priimti studentus dirbti ir labai daug kur studentai dirba, labiausiai tai baruose visokiuose. Tai įmanoma rasti ir va, tiesiog išdirbti 56 valandas per mėnesį reikalauja jėgų. Ir čia jau priklausomai nuo kiekvieno asmeniškai, ar jisai yra pasiryžęs ir priklauso nuo grafiko universitete, ar išeina suderinti.
Tai manai, kad gautum tą studentišką stipendiją, taip?
Taip, 56 tapim, kad gautum stipendiją, taip.
Supratau. O gal gali papasakoti tiesiog apie pačią studijų pradžią ir kaip sekėsi pritapti Olandijoje, vis tiek buvo nauja šalis, nauja aplinka ir galia kita kalba.
Tai viskas prasidėjo nuo tos orientacinės savaitės, kurią jau minėjau čia. Ir iš pat pradžių tai buvo tikrai labai labai keista dėl to, kad atvažiuoju ir universitetas yra didelis, aš pradėjau mokytis tik pabaigus mokyklą. Viskas buvo labai nauja šalis, bet tu supranti, kad tu atvažiuoji ne vienas toks, visi čia atvažiuoja tokie ir dėl to visi yra labai labai atviri ir labai gerai nusiteikę. Tai kai aš tik tai atvažiavau, tai prasidėjo ta savaitė pirmoji universitete ir kai atvažiuojate, paskiria kažkokią grupę ir man galbūt labai pasisekė, bet dabar beveik visi mano draugai yra iš tos pirmos grupės, kurią gavau per tą orientacinę savaitę, kai mes kartu visi ir susipažinom. Tai nežinau, galbūt dėl to, kad man pasisekė surasti tokius žmonės, bet nebuvo kažkokio labai didelio, net ir nežinau, kultūrinio šoko. Dėl to, kad Olandijoje beveik visi kalba angliškai labai puikiai ir ta kasdienybė yra tokia labai panaši kaip į Lietuvos, net nežinau, nebent, aišku, važinėjimas dviračiu nebuvo labai lengvas dalykas pripratimui, bet nusiperki dviratį, pradedi važinėti ir beveik iš karto po kelių savaičių jau jautiesi kaip beveik Olandas. Aš nežinau, kažkaip nebuvo tikrai kažkokio šoko ar kažko labai sunku.
Dviratį pirkai tenais vietoje nesiveži iš Lietuvos?
Ne, nesivežiau. Dėl to, kad aš neturėjau tokio labai gero dviračio ir čia tokie dviračiai yra pritaikyti važinėjimui po miestą, ne tiek kalnų ar panašiai. Ir manau, kad labiau apsimoka čia nusipirkti, nes galima rasti už 100 eurų labai gerą dviratį. Ir aišku, jie visi dažniausiai bus naudoti. Ir neapsimoka tikrai, manau, vežtis dviračių iš Lietuvos, bet čia kiekvienam savo, jeigu kas turi galimybę, tai ir dviratį Lietuvoje, tai aišku, galima atsivežti, bet aš pirkau čia.
O kaip su pačia anglų kalba, ar nebuvo sunku priprasti, kad visą laiką reikia angliškai šnekėti?
Aš kai stojau, tai aš laikiausi IELTS-ą, dėl to, kad aš dar siunčiau ir kitus universitetus savo aplikaciją ir aš gavau pakankamai aukštą balą, 7 ar 7,5. Tai aš nežinau, galbūt dėl to, kad aš jaučiausi tikrai gerai ir pasitikėjau savimi anglų kalbos šitoje visoje srityje. Ir nebuvo labai kažkokio didelio, aišku, buvo sunku priprast, kalbėti visą laiką angliškai, bet kaip ir sakiau, ir kitiems žmonėms yra lygiai tas pats. Čia ne tai, kaip, nežinau, atvažiuoju į Angliją arba į Ameriką, kur pirmoji kalba yra anglų ir tada tikrai labiau jaučiasi tas barjeras. Bet čia visiems anglų kalba yra antra kalba, bent jau daugumai žmonių. Tai net jeigu tu ir darai klaidas, jas nėra baisu daryti, nežinai, kad ne tau vienam tik nutinka ir žmonės pras. Ir tai jau dabar po 2 metų tikrai galiu pasakyti, kad anglų kalba tikrai nebėra kažkoks sunkus ar baisus dalykas, bet ir atvažiavus buvo panašiai. Ir po kokio mėnesio tikrai prasilauži beveik visiškai pilnai. Tai va.
O kaip, tarkim, pačios studijos, ar viskas taip, kaip ir tikėjasi, ar galbūt tavo lūkesčiai buvo kažkiek kitokie prieš atvažiuojant?
Tai kadangi tai yra pats pirmasis mano universitetas ir aš nesimokiau Lietuvoje anksčiau, dažnai žmonės klausia, tai kaip palyginus su Lietuva, kaip čia su Lietuva. Aš nežinau, aš nesimokiau Lietuvoje, dėl to negaliu pasakyti, kuo skiriasi ir ar man čia yra geriau ar lengviau, bet aš tikėjausi daug iš tos programos psichologijoje ir tikrai mano lūkesčius pateisino, galbūt net ir viršė mano lūkesčius. Nežinau, galbūt tikėjausi daugiau darbo pačiam universitete ir daugiau tų pamokų tokių, nes tikėjau to tiek individualaus mokymus, bet jo iš tikrųjų yra labai daug ir šitą jau tikrai reikia išmokti. Bet nežinau, tikrai džiaugiuosi programa, kažkaip labai, neturėjau kažkokių labai aiškių kažkokių lūkesčių, bet kiek tikėjausi iš pačios programos, nes aš rinkausi pagal programos visą aprašymą, tai tikrai labai džiaugiuosi.
Ir dar Sandra klausia, kas yra svarbiausia stojant iš šį universitetą, tai galbūt tu gali iš savo pusės pasakyti, kaip įstojai, ką reikėtų kitiems dėmesį.
Tai kaip ir minėjau per prezentaciją, kad čia nėra taip svarbu egzaminai ir labai yra svarbu tai, ką mokytės mokykloje, kokius dalykus turėjot ir priklauso nuo programos, į kurią stoji, dėl to, kad jeigu dabar žmonės stoja psichologiją, tai tu turi išlaikyti testą prieš tai tam pasiruošti. Tai tavo pažymiai ne tiek daug lemia, bet lemia tas tavo pasirodymas teste per atrenkamąją tą visą procedūrą. Ir aš kai stojau ne tik iš šitą universitetą, tai dėl to aš kėliau ne tik savo pažymius, bet kėliau ir motyvacinį laišką, kėliau ir CV, ir IELTS dokumentus, bet stojant būtent tik iš šitą universitetą, tai užtenka tik tai pažymių ir tada jau priklausomai nuo programos. Ir jeigu gerai pasirodys atrenkamoji toj procedūrai, tai tikrai priims ir priima beveik visus, kas tikrai nori, tik tai ir tada daug žmonių atkrenta per pirmus metus. Nes įstoti yra lengviau negu išsilaikyti. Tai pavyzdžiui, pernai metais mano programai buvo 600 studentų mano kurse ir šiemet liko 300. Tai, manau, gerai parodo, kad įstoti gali visi, bet išsilaikyti yra kur kas sunkiau.
Aš gal tik šiek tiek papildysiu, kad kaip pildot stojimo anketą į šitą, tarkim, psichologijos programą arba į kokią nors kitą Radboud University programą, tai, kaip Dominyka sakė, egzaminai nėra pats svarbiausias dalykas ir nepaisant to, kad universitetas šiaip yra galimybė įstoti nededant motyvacinio laiško arba rekomendacijos, bet mes vis tiek pildant paskui stojimo anketą prašome, kad jūs tai padarytumėt, nes jūsų anketa bus vertinama bendrai, visi dokumentai, ką pridėsit, ir tiesiog turėdami šitos papildomus rekomendacijų, motyvacinių, aišku, jūs turėsite didesnius šansus įstoti ir būti atrinkti į tą programą. Tai dar Dominykos norėčiau paklausti, su gyvenamąją vietą, ar sunku buvo rasti, kad tau pasisekė, kaip tu jos ieškojai?
Tai
dažnas klausimas būna iš moksleivių.
Jo, labai geras ir svarbus klausimas dėl to, kad aš pavėlavau užpildyti dokumentus į šitą universitetą, dėl to aš negavau to viso paketo, kur tau suranda gyvenamąją vietą, dėl to aš turėjau ieškoti pati. Ir aišku, aš labai dėl to nenusvyliau, nes aš nenorėjau gyventi bendrabuty, dėl to, kad norėjau turėti savo vietą. Ir čia priklauso tikrai nuo žmogaus, ko jisai nori, bet aš ieškojau pati ir buvo tikrai nelengva, dėl to, kad jeigu ieškai ne per universitetą gyvenamos vietos, o pats, tai dažnai žmonės mieliau pasirenka tuos, kurie yra Olandai arba moka bent jau olandiškai kalbėti. Ir yra sunku rasti kambarį, juo labiau kainos kambarių gali tikrai iškilti. Ir rasti kambarį už tokią kainą, už kokią siūlo universitetas, kartais yra neįmanoma, bet galiausiai suradau pati ir turiu dabar, gyvenu miesto centre, turiu kaip ir savo butą, mes su drauge gyvenam ir moku ne tiek ir daug palyginus, tai man pasisekė tikrai, bet žinau, kad daug žmonių neranda vietos. Dėl to yra geriau pirmais metais gyventi, manau, bendrabuty. Ne tai dėl to, kad susipažįstu su žmonėm, bet yra daug paprasčiau, tada atvažiuoji ir tu esi saugus ir ramus, kad tu tikrai turi vietą ir niekas tavęs neišspirs. Ir va dėl to, kad kai aš pirmą kartą susiradau vietą, tik tai po kurio laiko sužinau, kad ta moteris, kuri man išnuomavo, turėjo teismą dėl deportacijos iš Olandijos ir buvo kažkokių teisinių nesusipratimų, tai geriau, kad neliktum netyčia ant suoliuko vidury mokslo metų ir pirmais metais pagyventi bendrabuty.
Gerai. O gal galiu dar papasakoti irgi apie daugumos studentų laisvalaikį, ką jie veikia laisvų laikų nuo paskaitų arba nuo studentiško darbo, nes irgi dažnai klausia ir ar man bus tenais ką veikti, nes kartais atrodo, kad tas miestas nėra toks didelis ir kai kurie moksleiviai bijo, kad po paskaitų nebus tenais daugiau ką daryti.
Tai veikti yra tikrai ką. Aišku, priklausomai nuo kiekvieno, bet labai daug studentų po paskaitų ir aš dažniausiai einam sportuoti. Aišku, gal čia neskamba kažkaip labai įdomiai, bet tikrai sportas yra labai didelė dienos dalis, dėl to viso sporto centro. Visas miestas yra pilnas kavinių ir barų, tai beveik kiekvieną vakarą gali rasti kur nors koncertą arba tikrai nebus taip, kad tikrai atrodo, kad miestas yra mažas ir kad nieko jame nevyksta, bet kadangi viena iš studentai sudaro vienas didžiausių dalių gyventojų šitą mieste, tai miestas yra jaunas ir tikrai labai visko daug vyksta. Į kiną labai dažnai eina studentai, labai dažnai būna prie upės, dėl to, kad ta upė yra tokia didžiulė ir šalia jos yra paplūdimiai. Tai, pavyzdžiui, kai yra šilta, ten yra pilna žmonių ir jie visi tiesiog pasiėmė pledukus, kepasi mėsą, nežinau, ar ten užkandžiauja šiaip kažką ir tiesiog būna ten. Tai nežinau, kiek. Ne, šiaip tikrai neliūdna ir juo labiau yra labai geras susisiekimas, tai per valandą gali nuvažiuoti į Amsterdamą, jeigu labai jau kažko nori paveikti, ko čia nėra, tai visada gali nuvažiuoti ir čia valanda kelio, tai čia nieko yra.
O dar dažnai mūsų irgi mokiniai klausia, ar kaip dažnai pavyksta grįžti į Lietuvą ir dažnai būna atostogos studijų.
Tai kaip dažnai pavyksta grįžti į Lietuvą, tai aš vakar kaip tik grįžau iš Lietuvos, buvau tik tai savaitgalį, bet atostogų yra nedaug, tai yra žiemą ir porą dienų rudenį, porą dienų pavasarį, bet tikrai įmanoma grįžti savaitgalių, nes bilietai 30 eurų tikrai gali rasti ir nebus taip kaip Anglijoje, kad galėsi grįžti mėnesių ir ramiai sėdėti, bet nežinau, tikrai nebus taip, kad visus metus negalėsi grįžti. Aš priklausom nuo to, kaip susidėlioji laiką ir ar pavyksta išlaikyti egzaminus, ar turi eiti perlaikymus ir ar, pavyzdžiui, spėjai visą darbą pasidaryti per savaitę ir turi laisvą savaitgalį, per kurį gali išvažiuoti Lietuvą. Tai nuo kiekvieno priklauso, bet aš grįžtu, nežinau, per mėnesį stengiuosi arba per 2 mėnesius savaitgalį grįžti į Lietuvą.
O galbūt gali dar papasakoti, kaip apskritai susidomėjai studijomis Olandijoje ir kas pastumėjo tave pasirinkti šitą šalį?
Tai aš rinkausi studijas ne pagal šalį, bet pagal programą. Ir man šitas buvo aspektas pats svarbiausias. Ir aš norėjau stoti į kitus universitetus Olandijoje, bet palyginus programą pasirinkau šitą. Ir aš net nežinau, man kažkaip niekada nebuvo labai kažkokių didelių dvejonių dėl Olandijos, nes man nebuvo labai svarbu, į kurią šalį važiuoti, bet žinau, kad man Olandija labiau patinka negu Anglija dėl oro sąlygų ir šiaip architektūros ir čia daugiau meno, čia, nežinau, man mielesnis galbūt šitas gyvenimas Olandijoje ir visa kultūra. Bet nesirinkau pagal šalį, dėl to sunku ir atsakyti, bet labai geros sąlygos ir daug kas šneka angliškai, tas irgi labai svarbu, nes, pavyzdžiui, tenais palyginus su Danija, Danija irgi labai daug kas šneka angliškai, bet su kitom šalim ne visur gali būti ramus, kad tikrai susikalbėsi su visais arba kad rasi darbą nemokėdamas kalbos, šiuo atveju olandų. Ir tiesiog viskas sutapo, bet man programa tikrai buvo svarbiausias dalykas ir šita programa buvo Olandijai, tai aš nedėjodama ir pasirinkau.
Ir Sandra jau vieną klausimą klausė ir dabar vėl klausia, kur švęsti Kalėdas, tai aš nežinau.
Lietuvoje švęsiu Kalėdas namie. Baigsiu egzaminus ir iškart važiuosiu. Nes egzaminai baigėsi tik prieš Kalėdas, 22 dieną, praeitais metais 23 gal jau buvo egzaminas, bet Lietuvoje. Jo.
O kiek dažniausiai egzaminų būna per vieną sesiją?
Tai priklauso nuo programos, bet aš dažniausiai turiu 3 egzaminus arba 4 ir plus būna deadline'ai. Esė arba šiaip kažkoks darbas, kurį turi padaryti, tai sesija yra sunki kaip ir visur, bet dažniausiai 4 egzaminai. Išdėlioti per savaitę, nebūna, kad per dieną 2.
Supratau. Ir kadangi čia klausimai kaip ir jau baigėsi, tai einam link pabaigos. Galbūt gali kažką pasakyti, ką galėtum palinkėti tiem, kas dvejoja dėl studijų užsienį arba galvoja, ar rinkti, ar nesirinkti, ką galėtum jiem patarti tuo klausimu?
Tai galėčiau patarti, kad pirmiausia atsakykit savo, ar norit važiuoti mokytis, ar važiuojat dėl kažkokių kitokių priežasčių, dėl to, kad norit išvažiuoti iš namų ir patirti kažką naujo, nes nuo to priklauso tada, ką reikia rinktis. Nes jeigu norit važiuoti tik taip pagyventi kažkur kitur, nežinau, atrasti save, bet nesat labai pasiryžę daug mokytis, tai tada galbūt geriau yra pasirinkti programą, kur yra paprastesnė, arba gal net ir šalį, kur yra pigiau, arba nežinau. Bet atsakykit savo, kodėl važiuojat, nes kai žmonės atvažiuoja nenorėdami mokytis, tada yra labai sunku čia išbūt ir tada labai žmonės būna pasimetę. Tai svarbiausia, kad žinotumėt, kodėl važiuojat. Ir nebijokit rizikuoti, nes tikriausiai nebus taip, kaip susiplanuosit prieš išvažiuodami, bet galiausiai viskas susidėlios ir tiesiog nebijokit. Jo.
Labai geras palinkėjimas ir aš gal tada dar pačiai pabaigai dar tiesiog pasakysiu, kad po šito webinaro jūs galite užeiti į kastu.lt puslapį ir tenai rasite visą informaciją apie Radboud University ir visas programas, kurias jis siūlo, programų prašymus, ką reikia padaryti, norint įstoti. Taip pat kastu tinklapyje yra studentų kontaktai, kuriais jūs ir studentų kontaktai, kurie studijuoja užsienį, tai galite su jais pasiekti ir taip pat paklausti klausimą, arba kastu konsultantų kontaktai, kuriems jūs galite paskambinti arba parašyti laišką ir jie visą laiką pasiruošę jums atsakyti ir padėti suvesti teisingą atsakymą į visus klausimus. Tai kadangi jau klausimų nebėra ir webinaras kaip ir baigėsi, dar jums su Dominyka ir Karin galėtų su jumis atsisveikinti ir dėkui visiems, kas žiūrėjote ir iki kitų mūsų webinarų.
Jeigu turit klausimų, rašykit man būtinai.
Karin.
Okay. Bye bye.
Taigi ačiū visiems. Iki.